Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you are all doing fine and savoring the last few days of 2024. I for one is very excited to welcome 2025 because it will be a start to a new hobby, or you can call it a habit I want to carry on with for the rest of my life. This is an A500 GSM dotted journaling notebook by the brand Comma Artisan and has 192 pages. Along with this, I also bought this set of 4 fine liners by Faber-Castell. You can see how the thickness of the lettering varies with each size. I am mostly using the brush one for headings and 0.3 mm one, that is small size, for writing. Now let us start journaling. Firstly, I'm taking this brown paper and tearing it roughly to give it a good old vintage vibe, and I'm also crushing it for the aesthetic, and I'm going to write my name here. Initially I was very nervous putting ink on paper because I have not been writing, to be honest, for quite some time now. I think it has been few years, but this is a start. And before starting to prepare my reading journal, I watched quite some videos online on YouTube, took inspirations from Pinterest to decide what would be my vibe for the journal this year, or what fonts I would be using, what kind of lettering I would be using. But all of that is very easy to think and imagine. It would turn out the same as you are imagining it to be. But when you start journaling, especially if this is your first time, it is going to be a bit difficult. At least that is what I have experienced. Take it from me, you are going to end up making a lot of mistakes, the first time at least. See, this is what happened, but we have to move on. I tried my best to fix that glue error as much as I could, to be honest, and then started making my cover page for the reading journal. And this was a bit tedious but therapeutic in my point of view, because I think it eases your mind. I have never experienced it before, but doing journaling or any kind of art for that matter really relaxes your mind. It is therapeutic, it is meditative. I for one is very excited to welcome 2025 because this will be a start to a new hobby, or you can call it a habit I want to carry on for the rest of my life. Journaling has actually been in my to-do list for the entirety of 2024, but for some reason I could not do it. It has been a busy year for me, and with work, life, and everything in between, I just could not start. Also, I wanted to start from the beginning of the year, only then I think I would be enthusiastic to carry on for the rest of the year. If I had started it in the middle of the year, I don't think I could continue it. It's a lame reason, I know, but it is what it is. So I decided for myself to keep journaling in high priority list for 2025, because in today's time of consuming so much media and getting burnt out, we need to value our peace of mind a bit more than we usually do. I cut out this book shaped thing from my scrapbook, then I'm sticking another piece of green colored page at the bottom of the page to give it that aesthetic, and onto the left page I am sticking another big green colored sheet where I am going to write out a quote from one of my favorite authors of all time, the quote that has stuck with me all this time and has really motivated me through the times of my reading slump, because I really get motivated to read more when I read that quote. You will see what that is, but I can give you one hint. That quote is such a big favorite of mine that I've also put it on my description page. If you go to my YouTube profile, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. And I'm using this brush pen to make fine leaf petals around this brown page to give it that beautiful texture. So please do not judge me on my drawing skills or lettering skills, because I am not a pro. This is going to be my first reading journal, so I am too taking lessons from the mistakes I am going to make in the future pages, to hope I'll not be repeating them going forward. But more than giving it an aesthetic vibe, you must be enjoying the process of journaling. That is the crux of the matter, because if you're not enjoying the journaling process at all, I do not think you will be able to take it forward. Here goes the quote: "A reader lives 1,000 lives before he dies. The man who never reads lives only once," by George R.R. Martin. Moving on to the next page, which is describing my rating system and what will be my reading goals for the coming year. So I thought of making it in a letter format, so I'm making this red letter, sticking it onto this page where I will be keeping my reading goal sheet, just like a library card. I think I'm not able to explain it properly, but you'll see what I meant. So yes, this is going to be the reading goal sheet, and I'm going to stuck it somehow, feeling it like the page is coming out from the letter. So let us just stick it real quick. I have already drafted what I will be writing into this page so that I can explain it better to you while filming it. So here goes the reading goals, and the left side you can see my rating system. I am matching the red theme by sticking a red sheet along with the brown one. Let me pause here for you so you all can check out what my reading goals and the rating system is. Moving on to the next page, this will be a spread to keep account of the books I will be reading. So every book I read, I will be coloring each box in here. I know this sounds like a very big goal, especially for me, because I do not think I will be able to read more than 50 books One reason being I am a slow reader. The other reason being I deliberately read slow at times because I want to savor the reading process. I do not much care about how many books I am able to finish by the end of the year, as long as when I'm looking back at the year, I am able to recall how I felt while reading a particular book. So that is what matters to me more. The next sheet will be keeping a track of my reading log, and that is the data of each of the book I am reading. So when did I finish a particular book? What was the name of the book? Who was the author? That is all I will be noting down here. I think I did a mistake while preparing this sheet. I am pretty sure this 2 pages will not be enough to fit in all the books I will be reading. So I think I should have either reduce the gaps in between these lines or made another page for this drafting, but what can we do? Let us see how it goes. I don't know whether I will be able to read that many books at all, so we'll see about that. The next page is for tracking my reading habit, that is every day of the month from January till December. I will be tracking my reading habit. That is, there will be days where I will be reading 40 pages, some 50 pages, or even 100 pages, which when I'm reading 100 pages in a single day, I really feel I've accomplished something. But seeing the kind of days I usually have, I'm barely able to read 50 pages in a day because it really gets hectic, and more than that, I do not think it is more important to track how many books or how many pages you are reading. It's not about the quantity with reading. For me, it is more about the quality. So as long as I am enjoying the reading process, I am so much invested in the novel that I really want to go slow so that I can read it for a longer period of time, and hence I'm able to enjoy the reading process of the story. I am good with it. So here I am preparing a log for the same. Every day I'll be reading any part of a novel. That means even if it's just a single page, a single chapter, or whatever it is, I will be coloring in a box in here for that particular day or that particular month. I know this will not be the best reading journal setup as I go forward in future with my journaling journey, because obviously I will be improving each year, and seeing several videos on YouTube where people have been sharing their journaling journey for so many years. People have been journaling from the age 6 onwards, and they have been keeping their journaling notebooks to see how they have improved over the years, and it has really been drastic changes, seeing how they used to journal in the first year, and after 13 years or 5 years down the line, if I'm not being too ambitious, they have improved a lot, not just from the point of mental aspect of the person journaling it, it also has a lot of improvement in the writing setup. You find your vibe, you find your aesthetic of journal, what kind of lettering you feel drawn towards more than the others. So that is something I am looking forward to. So this page actually is keeping account of how many books I'm reading in a particular year. So this spreadsheet is for the books read specifically. So I tore out a front page from a Thomas Hardy novel. I saw a map which really felt like I should be putting that page here. So I stuck both the pages onto each of the pages on my notebook. I did see that it improves your journaling process down the line, because with this page itself I saw a change in how I am drawing the letters or deciding the theme of a particular spread. So this one was my favorite of all. It looked really aesthetic and neat. This page was particularly for the quote of the month, so I'll be reading a few books, even if it is just one book for 1 month, which is that quote from that particular book that really stuck onto me, and I was very much inspired by that quote. If not inspired, that really moved me. So that is the point of this spread. I am sticking on to some page corners taken from old book with yellow pages. So I'm sticking those onto the four corners of this page, and this is how it turned out. Coming to the last spreadsheet of this reading journal, because the remaining pages will all be for my book reviews or my daily logs, my daily journaling, these kind of things only. So every book that I found as my most favorite book of the month will go up here in the leftmost column. So there will be 12 books from each of the 2 months. I will be shortlisting another book which will go to the next column in here, and so on. It will move to the next shortlisted list of 3 books from the year, out of which I will be able to find my favorite of the year. So this is what they call it, book bracket. So this brown page is for the winner of the year. I will stick it here. So I'm pretty much excited to see what is going to be my most favorite read of the year. I started reading few years ago, and that has changed my life for good, and I don't think I can imagine my life anymore without books. So I am also hoping this new hobby of mine, which is journaling, is also going to change my life in ways I don't think I would have ever imagined myself experiencing in past. Okay, now it's time for a final flip through. Here goes the cover page. I found this empty page where I doodled a motivation to not overthink at all. Coming to my next page, then reading goals along with my rating system, a page to keep account of how many books I'm reading, a page to maintain a reading log. Then comes the reading habit tracker, so I can ensure I'm reading every day, even if it's just a single page. Then we come down to how many books or what are all the books I'm reading each month. This spreadsheet is specifically for my favorite quote of the month. And here goes the book bracket spreadsheet. And my journaling journey begins here. I will definitely be sharing all of my experiences as I go through it in the coming videos. With this, we come to the end of the video. If you are watching till now, thank you so much for sticking around. I'll see you in the next one.